Martial Arts Promotions Bellator MMA, whereby Showtime is now the exclusive home of live Bellator action. It's important because tomorrow night is our second of 3 consecutive Friday nights of live Bellator fights on Showtime, as we welcome mixed martial arts back to the premium TV network here at Showtime for the first time since 2013. As part of the launch, we're offering new subscribers to the Showtime streaming service a special offer, a really aggressive one. You get 30 days of free trial, followed by half-price subscription for the following 6 months. Again, it's a really aggressive offer, one that we don't often make. And we've seen MMA fans take advantage of it. It's available to boxing fans. It's available to any new subscriber that should come to the network. So I wanted to highlight that. It's also relevant for the MMA space, not to belabor this too long for the boxing press here. I know why you guys are here. But the main event on Friday marks the beginning of a light heavyweight World Grand Prix tournament. These 8-fighter single elimination tournaments are a Bellator trademark. And this one at 205 pounds is sure to be a good one. Everyone in the industry knows that the Bellator light heavyweight division is the best in the world. It's the most stacked. It's their deepest division for sure. It's the most competitive in the world. But what's important to the boxing fan is that we're going to follow that with the terrific Showtime Championship Boxing triple header on Saturday night. This is the first of what we expect to be many back-to-back combat sports fight nights live on Showtime. The Friday, Saturday sort of double header, if you will. You'll see some specific cross-promotion in both shows, both on Friday and on Saturday, catering to both audiences, the boxing and the MMA audience, to cross-pollinate, so to speak. So be sure to check that out. Friday night, live at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 Pacific. Now for Saturday, we're excited to see 2 excellent welterweight prospects in JARON Ennis and to Emanius Stanionis, both at different levels of their development, no doubt, but taking on the toughest respective challenges of their career. We also have an excellent junior bantamweight world title fight that just might steal the show. Before we get to the fighters, I want to give you a couple of quick notes on Saturday's boxing telecast. Mauro Ranallo, who's been calling our live Showtime Championship boxing events for years, he's going to call both the live Bellator fights on Friday and the live championship boxing fights on Saturday. Interesting double duty for him. Again, we expect him to be doing that many times throughout the coming months. We also have 4-time world champion Abner Mares serving as ringside analyst, along with Hall of Famers Al Bernstein and Steve Farhood. And we have multi-time Emmy Award-winning sports reporter Jim Gray returning to Showtime Championship Boxing on Saturday for the first time since we returned from the disruption more than a year ago. So with that, thank you for your time. I want to welcome in Greg Domino, who will take us through each of the fighters on the card and take your questions. Greg?
Thank you, Chris. Great introduction. We have Jonathan Rodriguez here at the Mohegan Sun, and he is with us and ready to go. Jonathan, can you hear us? Excellent. So Jonathan Rodriguez enters Saturday night. He will kick off the telecast at 9 p.m., taking on Jerwin and Cajas. 21, 16 knockouts, nicknamed the Titan because of that power he packs there. And, first and foremost, how was training camp, Jonathan?
Más que nada, ¿cómo te ha ido el entrenamiento para esta pelea?
Pues fue un entrenamiento de 2 meses aproximadamente. Hicimos un gran campamento, una excelente preparación. Ya llevo un poco más de 2 años esperando la pelea y estoy muy emocionado.
It was a great training camp. It was approximately a 2-month training camp. He's been waiting for this fight for almost 2 years now, and so he's ready, and he feels he's prepared well for this fight.
Excellent. And I'd just like to remind the media members on the call, if you have a question for Jonathan or any of the fighters as we go through today's sessions, please just click the raise your hand icon and I will get to you in order. So you're taking on a guy in Jerwin who is, one of the longest reigning champions in the sport. He's confident. He's made 8 successful defenses. How do you get him out of that comfort zone and make this an uncomfortable fight for Jerwin?
Tu oponente es un buen peleador, ha sido campeón por muchos años. ¿Tú qué vas a hacer para sacarlo de su elemento el sábado para ganarle la pelea?
Sí, sí, lleva ya al parecer 8 defensas exitosas, pero soy un rival muy diferente a sus demás rivales. Lo voy a presionar del primer round. Vengo con mucha hambre, con mucha decisión y una excelente preparación. Y va a conocer a un guerrero mexicano.
Yes, he's a great opponent. He's achieved a lot of great things, but he's never faced a rival like me. And come Saturday night, he's going to put the pressure on him from the very beginning. And he's prepared well, and he's excited for this fight. And he's a great Mexican fighter in front of him.
Right, and this is your first fight in the United States, first time on Showtime. So welcome. What does this moment mean for you? It's a huge title shot in a stacked division with some of the biggest names to have come about at 115 in a very long time. So what does this moment mean to you?
Es tu primera pelea aquí en Estados Unidos, tu primera pelea en Showtime. Este momento, ¿qué te significa para ti?
Me siento muy entusiasmado. Sí, es mi debut aquí en Estados Unidos contra un gran campeón y pues muy feliz, muy contento. Es una gran pelea para mí, pero muy motivado. Yo tengo muchas ganas de ser campeón del mundo. Mi familia me apoya, mis hijos me apoyan y acaban de nacer mi hija, entonces me siento bien contento y bien feliz y vamos a darle con todo.
He's very happy, very excited. His family supports him. His daughter was just born, so it gives him a little extra motivation. And he's ready. He's ready to put on a show and make his name known here in the United States.
Thank you, Jonathan. So we'll go to some questions from the media. First up is Carlos Toro. Floor is yours, Carlos.
Hi, Jonathan. Thanks so much for taking time to talk to us. You were out of the ring for about 18 months or so, if I remember correctly. You came back last December. How important was that last fight that you had in December to sort of shake off that long ring rust and sort of get yourself even more ready for this fight?
No peleaste como por 18 meses y peleaste el diciembre pasado. ¿Qué tan importante era tomarse esa pelea como para venir en esa pelea?
Sí, pues era muy importante. Una pelea súper buena. La verdad, ganamos en un round. Y pues me sentí en ritmo, me sentí fuerte en la pelea del 4 de diciembre. Íbamos contra un gran rival. Hicimos una excelente preparación también y pues me he mantenido y me siento fuerte, me sentí muy fuerte en esa pelea.
Yes, it was a good fight. We got him out there in the first round, but we prepared well, and we've continued that preparation from that point on, and he feels really good.
You mentioned that you've been waiting for this fight for 2 years now, and do you feel like, that extra time, that long wait probably gave you maybe even more time to prepare, especially given that Jerwin has not fought since 2019?
Has esperado 2 años por esta pelea. ¿Tú crees que ese tiempo te ha ayudado a preparar más para tu oponente?
Sí, así es. 2 años, ya lo tengo bien estudiado. Ya conocemos sus virtudes, sus defectos. Hicimos una estrategia en base a eso y, como te digo, ya estoy ansioso por pelear y creo que esos 2 años me estuvieron ayudando mucho.
Yes, we've been studying him for 2 years now. We understand what his weaknesses are, his strengths are. And come Saturday, he's going to show what his training camp has showed in the strategy, and he's ready for it. He's anxious to get in the ring on Saturday.
Lastly, the long rivalry between Mexico and the Philippines is one that has been rich with great fights. How exciting is it to sort of get the opportunity to fight in your first world title fight and to also add another chapter into that legacy?
La rivalidad de filipinos y mexicanos han ido gran peleas. ¿Qué te significa eso para ti?
Sí, es una gran rivalidad México-Filipinas. Recordar las peleas de Juan Manuel Márquez contra Manny Pacquiao. Yo estuve viendo esas peleas desde niño con mi papá y pues es una emoción súper grande, súper fuerte porque yo soy ahora el boxeador que está arriba del ring y pues me siento muy emocionado, te digo, de México-Filipinas. Es por orgullo y voy a levantar la bandera de México con mucho orgullo y vamos a ganar.
Yeah, the Mexican-Filipino rivalry is a big rivalry. He remembers watching Juan Manuel Marquez and Manny Pacquiao fight when he was younger. So it brings a lot of extra motivation. And come Saturday, he's excited. He's going to bring up the Mexican flag with him once he wins the world title.
Thanks, Jonathan. Best of luck this Saturday.
Mucha suerte.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carlos. Next, we'll go to Keith Idek from Boxing Scene.
Hi, Jonathan. Jonathan, the 115-pound division obviously is stacked with a lot of great champions, Estrada, Chocolatito, Sorung Vasai. How do you think that Encajas compares to those other champions?
La división tiene muchos gran peleadores, Chocolatito, Estrada. ¿Tú dónde miras tu oponente? ¿Dónde está el nivel comparado a ellos?
Pues un campeón del mundo también, es un campeón del mundo así como lo es Chocolate, como lo es Gallo Estrada, como lo es el japonés Kazuto Yoka, entonces es un campeón del mundo, yo me baso en eso, no me importa tanto el nombre, yo voy decidido con quien me pongan a pelear y en eso me baso.
He says the 115 is a stacked division. It's a lot of great fighters, and he's a world champion, just like Estrada and just like Chocolatito. But that doesn't really affect him much. He doesn't go in the ring thinking that way. He's just prepared for Saturday to give a good fight.
And then Kajas has become more of a boxer in recent years. His trainer has implored him to box more than to brawl, which he did earlier in his career. But you're going to pressure him a lot, obviously, on Saturday night. What type of fight are you expecting? Are you expecting a brawl, a war? What type of fight?
Tu oponente más que nada se ha enfocado en el boxeo con su entrenador. ¿Tú qué piensas? ¿Qué tipo de pelea va a ser este sábado?
Va a ser una guerra, una batalla fuerte, una batalla de sangre, una batalla de choque. Como te digo, es por orgullo. Ya tenemos 2 años esperando la pelea y yo sé que él está ansioso, yo estoy ansioso por pelear y por demostrar al mundo mi potencial y que estoy listo para ser campeón del mundo y pertenecer a la elite.
It's going to be a war. It's going to be a war. It's going to be a bloody war. He's going to put the pressure on him for the first round, and it's going to be an amazing fight. And he's ready. He's ready for Saturday.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Gracias.
Thank you, Keith. Next question is from J.R. Bell.
All right there, Jonathan. My question is, how important was it for you to get back in the gym soon after your win over Julian Yedras in December?
¿Qué tan importante era que regresases al gimnasio inmediatamente después de tu victoria en diciembre?
Pues sí, estamos en preparación, como te digo. No fue algo difícil ya que estábamos en preparación y regresamos a la siguiente semana de volada al gimnasio. Entonces mantuvimos la preparación ahí como de mantenimiento y ya en enero iniciamos la etapa fuerte de preparación para la pelea.
It was very important to get back in the ring immediately after being off for so many months. So he feels great. It's helped him out to get that win in December, and he's staying that same mentality and same physical strength throughout that time.
Now, how has it been, going back and forth, seeing that, you've had a newborn child? So how's it been contacting your family while being in training camp?
¿Cómo te ha afectado? Acabas de nacer tu hija. ¿Cómo has estado en contacto con tu familia? ¿Cómo te ha afectado mientras estás entrenando?
Sí, mi hija tiene 5 días de nacida. Yo no estuve en su nacimiento, no estuve junto a mi esposa, junto a mi hijo, pero estuve ahí, me hicieron una videollamada y pues la he visto en fotos. Sí me pega en lo sentimental, no puede verla, no puede abrazarla, pero es una motivación más para mí y quiero llevarle un cinturón a casa.
Of course, it affects me. Not being able to see my daughter born. She was born 5 days ago. He's only been able to see her on pictures, but it motivates me. It motivates me to do better and to become champion on Saturday.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Gracias.
We have one more question from the media. Keenan Atchison.
Hey, Jonathan, thanks for taking the time out today. Do you feel as though you're an underrated fighter in the 15-pound division right now?
¿Tú piensas que eres un peleador que no te mira tanto en esa división comparado a los demás?
Sí, muy poca gente me conoce, pero yo conozco mi potencial, conozco mis fortalezas. Yo sé que tengo una buena pegada y sé que después de este sábado voy a pertenecer a los Elite.
Yes, I'm a little underrated. People don't know me as well as they do the rest, but I feel very strong. I have a good punch, and come Saturday, everyone will know my name.
All right, you just mentioned you carry a good punch. You also have almost a 70% knockout ratio, and that's probably the highest of any of his opponents he's ever had. Do you feel like your power will probably be the difference in the fight?
Dices que pegas muy fuerte, tienes un knockout de 70%. ¿Tú sientes que esa va a ser la diferencia este sábado?
Sí, así es. No me confío en mi pegada solamente. Sé que tengo algo de velocidad, sé que tengo mucha inteligencia, sé boxear, me sé fajar, pero sin duda yo tengo una excelente fuerza en mi mano derecha y eso va a marcar la diferencia, como tú dices.
Yeah, I do believe my right hand will make a difference, although I'm not just relying on my power. I've got a good speed. I know how to read the ring well, but I do feel that the right hand will make a huge difference on Saturday.
All right. Thank you, Jonathan, and best of luck to you Saturday.
Suerte, dice.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the questions. And thank you, Jonathan, for taking time out of this busy fight to speak with the media. Congratulations again on the birth of your daughter, and hopefully, wish you best of luck and bring a world title to your daughter. Thank you. To the media, we'll be right back momentarily with Thomas Delorme. All right, we're back. We welcome Thomas Delorme to the stage here. The 31-year-old will return Saturday night. He's in the co-main event against Montes Stanionis. Another welterweight battle, two welterweight battles topping our card on Saturday night on Showtime. We want to welcome him, but first and foremost, Thomas, how was training camp?
Thank you for the opportunity. The training camp is great. I'm working very hard in the gym for 8 weeks, 10 weeks, working hard every day, and the training camp is perfect for me.
This is you've been in the ring with several world champions throughout your career, Ugas, Jesse Vargas, Terence Crawford. Now you're facing a guy who's on the rise in that position that you were once in. What is that like for you? The tables have turned. Now you're facing an up and coming prospect.
You know what? This is a good fight. This is a good fight for the fan. This is a good fight for me. This is a good fight for my careers, and this is the great fight at this moment for me, for sure. The people, Thomas Delorme, stay in the business.
Just a reminder to all the media, if you have a question for Thomas, please just raise your hand and I will get to you. So it seems like the chatter on boxing Twitter and on the boxing blogs is that this is going to steal the show on Saturday night. You and Stanionis is a guaranteed firefight, all action affair, full of knockdowns. Do you see it going that way? Is that what you want?
You know what? The fight is way to two different things. Sometimes go this way, sometimes go the other way. The fight maybe finish quick, maybe not, maybe good to around, working hard, inside, outside.
All right, well, we will get to some media questions here. First up is Jeremy Harrigis of Fansided.
Hi, Thomas. Thank you for taking the time to talk. I'm curious, kind of looking at Stanionis on film, obviously he's got a lot of hype right now. How do you think he compares to some of the other big name fighters that you fought in the past?
Oh, this is a good question. I see a couple of fights for Stagnoni, the last couple of fights I see in the video, but I don't know. I don't know. I need to go inside to the ring and working and for answer this question.
You've never had back-to-back losses ever throughout your career. How much is that driving you to win this fight? Do you feel like that could be a big setback to your career?
Since I win this fight, this is the good for my career, and try and working hard for win this fight and push all my energy on Saturday night for win this fight, all my mind inside the ring, and this open more opportunity for me for the future.
Final question for me. Looking back at your last bout against Jermall James, what were some of the things that you learned from the fight, and is there anything that you're planning to improve on or do differently in this fight?
Yes, I'm learning a lot in the Jermall James fight. Jermall James is too tall. He's a little bit weird fighter for fight. Yeah, I'm learning a little bit thing, and thus my plan for Saturday night is both different fighter. Jermall James and Stagnoni is both different fighter. My training Salas and all my training in Las Vegas. Those the best plan for me for Saturday night.
Thank you, Thomas, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. Next, we'll go to Sean Brown. Sean, the floor is yours.
Hi, Thomas. Thanks for speaking to me. How are you?
Hey, Sean. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. You're 31 years old, and this is going to be your 31st fight. Do you think this fight is make or break for your career in terms of world title aspirations?
Oh, I don't think this is going this way. But the only thing I need to win this fight. This is more opportunity for me for win this fight. If I lose, I go back maybe 10 pass away. I'm trying to win this fight, working hard, and for more opportunity in the future.
Now, I spoke to Stanionis today, and he said that he's going to throw bombs and you're going to throw bombs. Is that how you see the fight playing out?
Yes, and yes, I believe and go and I don't know in English, but I say in Spanish, yo lo voy a cazar, and this is the way the fight is going.
Now, obviously, he's very inexperienced in terms of his professional career compared to you. Do you think that your experience will be vital on Saturday night?
Yes, of course. Let's see let's see how he's swimming in the round 8, round 9, and let's see.
That's great, Thomas. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. Next, we'll go to JR Bell.
All right, there, Thomas. My question to you is, how are you feeling there going into camp? As we kind of saw you slated for a fight early. How are you feeling going into the camp and then finishing camp before this particular fight against Stanionis?
Man, good, man, good. I'm do 3 training camps this year for fight when the fight is not happening, and this fight is happening. I have one more day for the fight is happening. The wait for tomorrow, but I feel great.
Now, you were talking about the fight against Jermall James earlier, but here against Stanionis, he's a little bit shorter. So, do you think that you are kind of going to be making adjustments for this smaller fighter and a different style than Stanionis in comparison to Jermall James?
Yes, yes, of course.
All right, thank you, Thomas.
Thank you.
Thank you, JR. Next, we'll go to Michael Rosenthal.
Hi, Thomas. Greg sort of asked, excuse me, Greg sort of asked this question, but maybe you could expand. This has the feel of you being sort of a stepping stone for Stanionis. Do you get that feeling also, and how do you feel about that?
I'm feeling good, you know, because Stanionis is coming forward. It's different fighter to the Jermall James. Stanionis is coming forward. He stay in the middle. He's throwing punch. And this is, for me, it's more easy stay in the fight and do my job.
Okay, thanks, Thomas.
You are.
Thank you, everyone. So again, Thomas Delorme, co-main event Saturday night on Showtime, taking on Imantas Stanionis in a huge crossroads fight in the welterweight division. Thank you, Thomas, for the time. Good luck Saturday, and we'll see you on the scales tomorrow.
Thank you, everybody, for support my career. Thank you, all the friends today. Thank you.
Thank you. And we will be right back in a moment with Sergey Lipinets. All right, thank you everyone for hanging on. We welcome to the stage now at Mohegan Sun in Uncasville, Connecticut. Main event, Sergey Lipinets, 31 years old, 16, 1-1, 12 knockouts. He was a force at 140 pounds, former IBF world title holder. Only career loss is to 4-division world champion and possible future Hall of Famer Mikey Garcia. And on Saturday night, we welcome him to Showtime again to take on Jaron Boots Ennis in the main event, a welterweight fight with high stakes. The winner sets himself up for a future title shot and pretty quickly probably. So just welcoming to the stage. How was training camp, Sergey? Tell us how the last few weeks have been for you.
We're having problems hearing that.
Oh, you can't hear it?
Yeah, it's just a little bit louder, please. What was the question again?
Just asked how training camp has been going for him.
Как было, как все происходит?
Да, всем привет, всем большое спасибо Хейману, Showtime, мистеру Спиноза, моей команде, моим менеджерам, тренерам, всем моим спарринг-партнерам, всем моим болельщикам, всем любителям бокса. Наш кэмп был отличный, супер спарринг-партнеры, супер работа была тяжелая, мы тренировались долго, упорно, и мы готовы к этому бою, все великолепно.
Well, hello everybody. First of all, I want to thank Al Heyman, Showtime for having me on, and my team. The camp went just great. Everything went perfect. Great sparring partners. It was not easy. It was real hard, harder than probably I ever had. But we went through it, and it's really, really good now. I'm ready to go.
Excellent. And so I have a few questions. This is a little out of order, but we have some mail-in questions that I'll throw at you. So despite the odds, do you think your experience gives you an edge in this fight on Saturday night?
Despite the odds won again?
It was, does he believe that his experience will give him the edge on Saturday night?
Ты думаешь, твой опыт тебе поможет в этом деле?
Да, я боксировал с такими хорошими бойцами, как Майки Гарсия, выставил все 12 раундов, с ними боксировал и с мной. Ламон Питерсон, который был в 2 весовых категориях чемпиона мира, и выиграл у него. У меня побольше опыта в боях с именитыми бойцами. По части больше профессиональных опытов у Энниса, конечно, у него 26, у меня всего 16, но все же я дрался с такими звездами уже, и я уже проверил себя, плюс я дрался 12 раундовые бои. Эннис еще не доходил до 12 раундовых боев. Поэтому я думаю, для меня это плюс.
Well, the only edge that I see is my opposition, which was, I think, better than Ennis's opposition. I already had fought Mikey Garcia, went 12 rounds. I fought 2-time champion of the world, Lamont Peterson, and those are guys that will push you to the edge. And I already had gone 12 rounds. The only thing, I mean, as far as the professional experience, I mean, Ennis has more professional fights than I do, and the only difference is he never won 12 rounds, and I'm sure he'll be ready, and I'll be ready as well. So let's get it on.
Yeah, that's a great lead into the next question. That Geron obviously has never been past 6 rounds. He's very aggressive. He starts aggressively and early. How do you to counter that early attack, and is the plan to take him into the later rounds?
Джерон агрессивный боксер, и он обычно начинает сразу агрессивно и сильно идти вперед и бить. Как ты планируешь просто его эти атаки все отбить и ждать, чтобы прошло так 6 раундов, чтобы затащить его на территорию, где он еще нет?
Я думаю, что он готов ко всем 12 раундам. Он отлично тренировался, готовился на все 24 раунда. И мы не ставим ставку на то, чтобы отбиваться 6 раундов, а потом начать вдруг атаковать. Нужно работать с первого раунда по 12-й, не останавливаясь. Наш план физически быть сильнее, быстрее, умнее.
Well, we're not basing our strategy on him being weaker. I mean, after 6th round or stronger first 6th round, I'm sure he's ready, and he's probably ready for the 24 rounds if he's going to take 24 rounds. But all we're going to do is we're going to work consistently, just keep on throwing punches and keep on coming forward, and pushing ourselves to the edge, and trying to push Geron to that same edge, and that's what's going to take us to be a winners, and we'll see whose hands is going to be raised up.
Thank you. And just a reminder to all the media, please raise your hand if you have any questions. I have 2 more, and then I'll toss to the media. Your last fight was a very close draw. What did you learn from that experience?
Предыдущий бой был очень ровный бой, ничья. Чему тебя это научило?
Ну, нужно делать все, чтобы не полагаться на судей.
Well, mostly just don't depend on the judges. Yeah, it's never a sure thing.
So is that the plan this week too? Not to depend on the judges and look to end the night early?
Ну, это и смысл бокса. Здесь люди хотят друг друга нокаутировать и тем самым выиграть, а не бегать 12 раундов. В этом и красота бокса, что выходит на охоту и старается выиграть нокаутом.
This is the cornerstone of boxing game. We both of the fighters want to knock each other out. That's what makes it more watchable and more attractive. And do you coming out there? You're trying to hunt him. He's hunting you, and you're looking for openings there. If they're not there, you gotta be creating them, and that's the plan. Of course, knockout ultimately is a goal of every fighter out there.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we will get to questions from the media now. First up is Keith Idek.
Yes, my question is for both Alex and for Sergey. I'm just wondering, Alex, maybe not necessarily by Ennis himself, but do you feel that Sergey's being overlooked going into this fight?
Do you want me to answer that?
Both of you, if you could.
Как ты думаешь, они смотрят на тебя уже как бы, за тебя? Думаю, что они смотрят на тебя как уже, дан deal.
Ну, я не слушал и не переводил, что говорит Эннис, поэтому мне все равно смотрят они за меня, передо мной, после. Мне главное, мы отлично готовы, нужно выйти, сконцентрироваться и показать все, что я умею на 100%, вот и все.
Well, Sergey's saying he never listened to what Ennis has been saying, and he doesn't look at the media and the comments on the upcoming fight that they're gonna have. It doesn't matter to him how they look at him as an underdog or as a favorite. He's coming out there as in any fight that he already had previously. He's coming out there to do his job and make the best out of it, and that's what he's gonna do. I mean, he's ready, and he feels healthy. There is no problem. So that's the bottom line. He doesn't care about them looking at him in any way.
And Alex, what is your perception of that going into?
My perception is very simple. I mean, look, I know how they look at him, and I know what they think. And I've been told, I told people before, sometimes if you look at the stepping stone, it might be too high, you might trip over it. So I wouldn't be, that's their burden, they put it on themselves. I mean, I wouldn't count anyone out. And in my career, in Sergey's career, I mean, there were people that coming in and look, they were looked up as an underdog, but look what happened. You can look at Ruiz and Joshua. You can look at a lot of fights that, people were obviously looking at, underdog and saying he ain't going to last more than 2 rounds. I know Sergey. I know him from the get-go and how he is, and I'm not concerned at all.
And Alex, could you just ask him also, beating Ennis would obviously be a great win for him. Can you ask him what he thinks that would do for his reputation and where that would move him in the welterweight division?
Как ты думаешь, что победа над Энисом делает для твоей репутации?
Ну, здесь, в Америке, он популярный боец, и он вырос здесь тренировался. Плюс мы деремся за обязательного претендента, как я понимаю. Поэтому все, что нужно для бойцу, это пояс и деньги. Нам платят деньги, нам обещали приближение к поясу чемпиона мира. Это все, что нужно.
Well, he's a young and upcoming fighter. He's obviously well known here in the States. I think I got my share of fans as well. And all we want, every fighter ultimately wants a shot at the title and money. And that's, that fight gives us both. And that's what we're looking at. Of course, if we, should I win that fight, it's going to solidify me in a position to fight for the championship of the world, get a crack of the big dogs out there, and that's all there is to it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. The next question will come from Sean Brown.
Hi, Sergey. You said that you hope that this is a good action fight and that you don't want Jeron to run in this fight. Do you expect this to be an all-action fight, or do you expect him to box on the back foot and as you said, run?
Как ты, что ты ожидаешь от этого боя? Что он будет боксировать с тобой, или ты думаешь, он будет с тобой идти на войну, рубиться?
Ну, он, в принципе, он умеет и то, и двигаться, и рубиться, и у него и в левой стороне и вправо, он разносторонне развит, поэтому мы готовились и к первому сценарию, и ко второму, поэтому посмотрим там уже в бою, потому что иногда ты планируешь что-то, а потом, когда тебе попадают, и у тебя совсем другой план. Поэтому мы посмотрим, что будет в бою, но мы ко всему готовы.
Well, I can't decide what he's going to do, but from what I've seen, he can do both. He can fight, he can box. It doesn't really matter. He's a full package, no doubt about it. And whatever he's going to be doing in the ring, we were getting ready to bring, the opposite and come up with a scenario in number 1, number 2, number 3, whatever that is. We are ready, and that's the bottom line.
Okay. And not many people have seemed overly keen on fighting Ennis. What was it specifically that made you take this fight, other than you think you can beat him? Was there any specific reason that made you take this fight?
Многие боксеры отказывались с ним драться. Почему ты решил взять этот бой?
Ну, я не знаю про насчет многих. Хороший боец, не скажу, что он прям какой-то супер опасный или какой-то супер бьющий. Нам предложили хорошие условия, мы приняли, и сейчас посмотрим, какой это боец.
Well, I don't know who turned it down and who didn't turn it down. I mean, if you follow my career, I've never, turned down a fight. I was offered a fight. The conditions were met that we had, and and he's just not a fighter. He's got, same skills as many out there, and I was never scared of a fight. I love fighting guys. That is a challenge. He presents a big challenge. That's all.
And do you think, after your last fight against Clayton, where it ended in a draw, it was a fight that many expected you to win. Do you feel as though you have something to prove on Saturday night?
После того боя с Клейтоном, что все думали, что ты его просто там снесешь, а он был ничьей. Ты думаешь, что тебе сейчас надо что-то доказать боксерским фанатам, что они ошибаются?
Ну, Клейтон очень хороший боец. Он участвовал на Олимпийских играх. И все бои, которые мы смотрели, он шел вперед и дрался. А выйдя со мной, он выглядел в раза в два, наверное, больше. И после пары раундов вдруг он начал двигаться назад, бегать, прыгать. Мы не готовились к марафону, мы готовились к боксу. И поэтому очень тяжело заставить кого-то, если он не хочет драться. Я думаю, что Эннис, наоборот, ему нравится экшен, драка и бокс, поэтому у нас получится отличный бой для фанатов бокса.
First of all, Clayton is a great fighter. He's, I don't see that many people line up to fight him either. I've watched his fight previously when I was told that I was going to fight him like about 10 days before the fight. And he was always aggressive. He's a big guy. He's a really big guy. If you looked at us, you could see the difference. And after 2 rounds of little action, he decided to just start, running. It's not a track and field. It's boxing. So I was really expecting him to stay in the trenches and kind of, go at it with me. Well, it didn't happen and kind of threw me out of my game. I've hurt my hamstring, but it is what it is. I mean, it's look, I mean, it was a great fight, to be honest. I mean, I watched that fight over again, and I still believe I won.
Okay, thank you.
All right, next question comes from Rick Muhammad.
Hey, Sergey, how you doing? Thanks for taking this time to meet with the media, and also thank Al Heyman, Showtime, and TGB. I wanted to ask you, do you guys have any concerns based on the style of fight that Boots Ennis brings to the ring? He likes to go at a lot of angles, the ring generalship and everything, but as we all know, styles make fights. Any concerns going into Saturday night's fight versus the likes of Boots Ennis?
Эннис любит делать, такие движения, он такой меняет стойки, у него стиль такой, знаешь, неортодоксальный. Тебе каким-то образом это тревожит?
Да, он неудобный, но у нас были похожие спарринг-партнеры, и мы готовились к этому. У нас отличный был спарринг-партнер, который делает все это даже чуть быстрее. Поэтому я думаю, что мы готовы к этому, ко всему, и получится отличный бой.
Yeah, definitely. We knew that he's awkward enough, and he's really not easy to fight. He's a switcher upper. He switches from left to right, and he does it when you less expect. But we knew what we were facing, and more or less just got sparring partners that were doing close enough to what Ennis is doing, maybe even better. I mean, it's just that we were getting ready for whatever it is he's going to bring in the ring. That's all.
Thanks a lot, champ. Much respect to you guys. Rick Muhammad, Brawler Sports Media, out. Let's go, champ.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you all very much for the questions. I guess I would just ask one more question of you, Sergey. You've said a few times now, you'll be prepared for, whatever fight breaks out on Saturday night. Geron's been on the record saying he's always the one to control what kind of fight plays out. Do you is your plan to come in there and set the course for it, or what do you say to that?
Эннис уже сказал, что он всегда контролирует, что происходит в рингу. Ты планируешь ему помешать это делать?
Ну, конечно, каждый боксер хочет контролировать и навязывать свой стиль бокса, свою скорость, какая ему нужна будет. Поэтому нам нужно будет навязать свой стиль, свою скорость, менять ее постоянно. Нам нужно будет входить ближе к нему, поближе, потому что он длиннорукий, очень высокий боксер. И мы над всем этим работали весь кэмп, поэтому будем делать так, как нужно будет.
Well, sure. Everyone wants to control what's going on in the ring. I mean, I want control. He wants to control, and eventually we'll see who's going to prevail. That's the bottom line. I gotta do what I gotta do to go past his long arm length and get in a position to throw my punches. I gotta make sure that I make him do some mistake that I can explore and use into my advantage, and that's the name of the game.
Indeed, the name of the game. Thank you very much, Sergey, for taking time. Thank you, Alex, for
Thank you very much.
Saturday night main event. Jaron Boots Ennis against Sergey Lipinets, welterweight, huge fight, huge stakes on the line. Thank you, Sergey, and thank you, everyone. We'll take a brief intermission, and then we'll be back with Jerwin and Cajas. Thank you. All right, thank you, everyone. Very brief intermission there. We welcome Jerwin and Cajas to the stage. Representing the Philippines, and Cajas 32-1, 2 draws, 22 knockouts. He is 29 years old and IBF super flyweight world champion since 2016, which makes him not the longest reigning world champion, but he has the most title defenses of any current world champion, which is a huge, huge honor. And we welcome him to the stage here, and we welcome him to Showtime for Saturday night. He will open up the show against Jonathan Rodriguez in a huge title fight. So I'll kick it off with Jerwin. How was training camp? How was preparations?
Thank you, sir. First of all, I would like to thank God and also PBC and Showtime to have me here in this event, and me and my whole team is so happy because, and also will thanks Sir Shan because to give me a fight here, and
how the training camp go?
And we are so prepared for this fight because this fight is almost 1 year, and my coach and Coach Jovina will always study my opponent, and we work hard for this fight, sir.
Excellent. And to the members of the media, if you have a question for Jerwin, please raise your hand and I will get to you in the order. So being that, as noted, that you have the most title defenses of any current champion, Saturday on Showtime will be your 9th title defense. What does that mean to you to keep that streak going?
For me, sir, this fight is so very important to me. And also my title, I want to defend this title, sir, because for me, every fight is very important. That's why I'm always keep this title, sir.
Great. Well, we will start with media questions. First up, I will toss to Jeremy Harrigis of Fansided.
Hi, Jerwin. I know that you've been out of the ring for 16 months. How frustrating was that? And is there any fear of ring rust when you fight on the 17th, on the 10th?
For us, sir, we not we're not frustrated because we always train, and we believe that Session give us a fight for me, and
yeah, it's not too frustrating. He stayed focused and stayed ready. So he understands it's frustrating for everybody. So he just made sure he stayed ready.
I know that a lot of people have talked about Estrada, Chocolatito, Sorung Visay. Do you feel disrespected when they don't mention your name along some of those others?
For me, sir, I understand that, sir, because maybe he don't know me yet. We try to, every fight my fight, I'm always give a good fight because I want also to know my name for them. That's why I'm very excited if we have a chance to challenge them.
Obviously Jonathan Rodriguez is an action fighter. You're an action fighter. What do you expect as far as the type of fight he's going to bring to you?
For me now, sir, I'm promised that that Saturday night I'm going to good fight. I'm ready for what Jonathan Rodriguez what he do and fight, and we are ready for that, sir.
Yeah, what he expects too, though, is Mexican and Filipino. It's a great rivalry. Manny Pacquiao, Marquez, Barrera, Morales. So Jerwin is very prepared. He's watched Jonathan. He knows the kid is hungry. He knows he's coming for the title, and he just welcomes a really good action fight.
Thank you, gentlemen, and best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you, Jeremy. Next, we'll go to Steve Angeles from the Filipino channel.
Hi, Jerwin. Hi, Sir Shawn. Steve, so pwede ito mag-Tagalog. So, Jerwin, parang tagal na hinihintay mo itong laban to, di ba? Mga October 2019 pa. And syempre, nabanggit siya, if you're not as recognized as the others, do you feel medyo has a hintay nito? Parang na-delay ang momentum mo coming into this fight. Do you think parang motivation yan that ganun tagal na, we need to fight na? So, anong feeling mo na, or relieved ka ba na nangyari na ito?
Yun, sir, hindi naman po ako talagang, yung isip ko talaga, hindi talaga, kumbaga hindi ko pinagmalaki na ganito na ako, dami na akong na-depensa. Kasi yun nga, di pa nga tayo kilala sa mga ibang champion. Kailangan pa nating magsikap na para makilala nila, sir.
Salamat. Good luck.
Salamat, sir.
Thank you very much. I have one chat question that comes from Giandra LaBeouf. Jerwin, what do you want your legacy to be in the sport when it's all said and done? Being a fighter from the Philippines, the comparisons to Manny Pacquiao are there. So just curious what you want your legacy to be.
You understand legacy, like when you're all done, what?
For me, sir, I don't want, you know, I in myself, I don't want like a ceremony, because ceremony is a high level, very high level in the boxing. He's done in boxing, so very high for me. But for I for myself, sir, I'm still focus on what God give me, and what God give to me. Kasi
Yeah, what he's saying too, he wants people to remember him
Yeah.
for being a champion that give it his all. Every time he got in the ring, he did what he could, and God, with whatever blesses him.
Yeah.
And he sees his legacy as after this fight, being able to fight some of the top guys, the Rongvasais, whoever's out there that's left after that 4-man tournament. And he just always, his legacy to him is what he gives in every fight. He always comes to fight and give the fans his best, and he just wants them to remember him for that type of guy.
That's excellent. Thank you, Shawn. Next question will go to Terrell Van.
How you doing, Jeron? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
How you doing? Good luck this weekend. Can you explain your plans at 115 pounds going forward, and how right now are you feeling at the weight? Because the the platform move from Top Rank ESPN to Showtime does raise some questions. So I guess what I'm asking is there a potential plan to move up in weight within, I'm guessing, the next year?
He's asking first at 115 what you want to do first, and then when you think about maybe you may move up to 118.
For me, sir, it's my weight now is I'm okay. I'm comfortable for my weight 115. Then Sir Shan, all the plan is all about Sir Shan, what he planned for us.
Yeah,
Okay, and our final question.
I can help you real quick with that a little bit. He's looking, of course, to win on Saturday night, and coming over to PBC and Mr. Al Heyman. He's looking at fighting whoever's left after the 4 guys fight: Rongvasai, Chocolatito, and the other 2 Quadras. So whoever's left out of that Estrada is kind of what he's targeting. That fight there, or possibly Ioka. He wants a signature fight because he's tired of a lot of people criticizing him, saying you haven't fought anybody, even though he beat one of the best champions ever in McJoe, Arroyo. He's had some nice wins along the way, but everybody wants that signature fight. So after this, that's what he's targeting, and then sometime next year he'll look to move to 118 after he finishes at 115.
Perfect. You answered my question. And final question, did you get a chance to watch Estrada versus Chocolatito 2, and who did you think won?
Estrada.
Yeah, who did you think won? Remember, we watched the fight. Who do you?
Estrada and Chocolatito. For me, sir, Chocolatito.
He thinks Chocolatito won.
All right, perfect. Good luck this weekend.
All right, thank you. Most people did, so you're not alone.
But I bet Estrada, but and
It's a good fight though.
All right, thank you. Next question, we can go to J.R. Bell.
Right there, Jeron. People were talking about the fights that are there at 115 with like an Estrada or Chocolatito or Saul Alvarez. But one guy that's there is the WBO champion, Kazuto Ioka. Like, how about the possibility of fighting Ioka if you're not put in a position to fight either one of those guys that are mentioned before?
Would you like a fight with Ioka, the WBO champion?
Yeah. We always before, sir, we always calling the name of who's the title holder in my division, sir. We always if you Ioka, I'm ready for Ioka, sir.
He's happy to fight any of them. If the opportunity comes up, he's not afraid to fight Ioka or anybody at 115. More than happy to.
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks.
All right, next we'll go to Sean Brown from Boxing Social.
Hi, Jermall. It's been mentioned, obviously, that you haven't fought for about 16 months. What has the last 16 months been like for you personally outside of the sport?
For the last 16 months, like, you know, what was it like for when the pandemic, 7 months in the Philippines before you came to the US?
We always train there, sir, in my survival camp. Then before we go here in the US, we always train, sir. We always send focus for this fight, sir.
Yeah, the good thing what Jerwin's saying is he built a gym, he has like a farm called Survival Camp where he lives and trains, and he has a lot of boxers there and his family. So from March until October during the pandemic, he was able to work out, he was able to, you know, kind of stay focused. And then he arrived in the US October 1st. So he's been here 7 months. He missed Christmas, he's missed his son's birthday. And he understands, you know, a lot of people have had issues too and missed things. So he's been able to stay focused. He has a good team around him. His coach, Jobin Jimenez, Jonas Sultan's been here to spar with him. So even though he hasn't been able to fight in that time, he's never stopped training properly. So he feels that he's very prepared still to meet the challenge on Saturday night.
Okay. And do you ever get fed up or bored hearing guys' names like Chocolatito and Estrada mentioned during your interviews? And does that make you want to put on a statement on Saturday night and remind people of what you can do?
Yeah, basically, do you get tired of hearing the comparisons? You know, why don't you fight Chocolatito, fight this guy? And then Saturday night, you want to make a statement to let people know Jerwin and Calhas is here.
You know, sir, for me, I'm always stay stay at what I'm now, because someday I know someday I will go in the top and you know, try.
Yeah. What he's saying, he doesn't mind hearing the names. It's a compliment. You know what I mean? So he knows one day it will come, and he will get the opportunity to fight one of those guys. And of course, Saturday night, being on Showtime, fighting for PBC, absolutely wants to, you know, he knows a lot of people are going to be watching. So he definitely wants to make a great statement and a great fight. So of course, he can move forward and have his name still in the mix with all those guys.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you. You got a good name too, champ.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we just have one more question here from the media. Cynthia Conti, the floor is yours.
Viva Cynthia.
Hi, Jerwin. Hi, Shawn.
Hey.
Cynthia Conti from Ring TV. They asked about it earlier, the legacy fights, Chocolatito, Ioka, Estrada, and even Cuadras. Out of all of those names, if you had to choose one name, belt or no belt, it doesn't even matter, what would be the career-defining fight for you?
For me, I want Chocolatito, because the Chocolatito before I saw only in the TV, and he's my idol. And now I have, if I have an opportunity to fight Chocolatito, I want that fight, man.
And your English is getting so much better. What are you doing to learn, to teach yourself? Is Shawn teaching you?
He's hanging out in the United States for the last 7 months.
7 months, and maybe I'm so nervous. That's right.
He's getting better. Yeah. No, thank you, Ms. Cynthia. He's definitely been practicing. He wants to do interviews like this, and he wants to be able to cross over with the American media. So he's very happy to speak the best he can, because his English is better than my Filipino.
And then also, lastly, can you give a message to your Ring TV fans in Tagalog?
Sa lahat po ng sa manood po sa laban ko, humingi po kami ng suporta sa team ko, dasal po, at saka yung safety, lalo na sa aming dalawa sa kalaban ko, yun yung pinaka-importante. At nagpapasalamat ako sa suporta nyo at ang itong darating na laban ibibigay namin ng best namin ni Jonathan Rodriguez.
All right. Salamat and mabuhay, Jerwin.
Mabuhay po.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for all the questions. Thank you, Jerwin, for the time. Again, Jerwin Ancajas makes his 9th title defense of his IBF Super Flyweight belt Saturday, Showtime, opening up the show. It's gonna be a huge fight, and we wish you the best of luck, Jerwin.
Thank you.
So I'm guessing he went to PBC because
All right, we are back from a brief hiatus with a bit of a surprise. We're going out of order here, and we welcome Jaron Boots Ennis to the stage. Jaron Ennis, of course, headlined Saturday night on Showtime. He's headlined many show boxes over the years, over the last couple of years, and now he's graduated to Showtime Championship Boxing. He takes on his first former world champion again in Sergey Lipinets on Saturday night in the main event. 26-0, 24 KOs. And last time we saw him was against Chris Van Heerden in December, right here at Mohegan Sun in Connecticut in the bubble, same environment. That fight ended in no contest, headbutt. So we can kick this off with, Jaron, what did you feel about, after that fight? I know it was, the end of your KO streak. It was not ideal. What did you do to get back, get your head right, get back in the gym and everything?
Oh, well, you know me, I just went right back to the gym on Monday and did what I need to do and, just to get better and prepare myself for my next fight, which is now.
That's right. Hey, if anyone has questions from the media, please raise your hands and I'll get to them. How was training camp? Can you just speak specifically about any preparations, anything different that you did? How have the last few weeks been?
Training camp went great. Same old, just preparing, taking to the next level. And now I had added a new workout in my training camp, the underwater treadmill. That was one of the workouts, and but that was about it though. Everything else been the same, just doing a little more and preparing myself for the fight.
That's right. As noted, first Showtime Championship Boxing main event. Has anything felt different? How has that experience been for you?
No, everything been it's like normal to me. Only thing is a little bit more media, a little bit more interviews and stuff like that. But I don't mind it, but everything else for the same though. It's just another day in office, another day, another dollar.
Absolutely. Well, we have some more questions and some more interviews coming at you right now. We'll kick Keith Idek from Boxing Scene. The floor is yours, Keith.
Hey, Geron. I'm not sure if you saw it, but Lipinets told one of my coworkers at Boxing Scene that he hopes that the fight is not a marathon. I guess implying that you were going to run or something. I don't know if he said that exactly, but that it's not a marathon like the last fight was. I'm just wondering if you saw that, and if even if you didn't, what your reaction to that is.
I didn't see it, but I ain't worrying about what he talking about. At the end of the day, he still got to get in the ring with me on Saturday night, and you know, we're gonna see. He could talk all that marathon stuff all you want.
But you've never done that before, so obviously that's
Exactly, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. They don't know what I'm gonna bring. That's why they always say that I'm an all-around fighter. They don't know how I'm gonna fight. I can fight several different ways, and that's why they always say stuff like that, or they try to say stuff like that. They don't know how I'm gonna come. Just know they just gotta be ready.
Jeron, winning this fight the way that you're expecting to win it, what does that do for you? As a former world champion and obviously the most accomplished opponent that you have faced so far, what does it do for your career to beat him?
Well, after I do my thing on Saturday night, and I do it in a big statement, a high fashion, it's only up. It's only it's only on to the next bigger and better things. The elite fighters, the top 3 guys, and then maybe a world title at the end of the year. So I feel like it's just gonna elevate my rankings up, my superstardom, and just like the start of me being a pay-per-view star and starting Saturday night. It's only up.
Thank you, Jeron.
Thank you.
Thank you, Keith. Next, we can go to Soichi Hayashi. You can unmute.
Yes. You are Philadelphian, right?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
You grew up in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Yes, so at that town, grew up great champion were born. Joe Frazier, Tim Witherspoon, Bernard Hopkins, Meredith Taylor, so etc., etc. So what is your effect, influence to you, Philadelphia to you?
You saying like what they influenced to me, like the people that in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Just at the end of the day, you gotta coming up. And you fighting on TV, you just gotta put on for Philly and continue the legacy that they put on. So that's my only goal, is to continue the legacy and do my thing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to Rick Muhammad.
Hey, so what's up, champ? It's your boy Rick Muhammad, Brawler Sports Media.
What's up, man? How you doing?
All right, I'm blessed. Hey, based on this camp that you had preparing for Lipinets, did anything change in camp? Any concerns, anything that you may have worked on or tweaked specifically to his style of fight? Or is it just business as usual for Boots Ennis? You just gonna go in there, do your thing in camp, and then come out and let them have it?
Yeah, I mean, you put it right spot on. I just do my thing, go in there and just doing my thing and work on the stuff that my papa had me working on, and just having fun and making it easy. And that's what we worked on.
Okay, now you said you added. Did you say you added underwater treadmill? Did I hear that right?
Yeah, it's an underwater treadmill. It's good for your legs and your lungs and stuff like that. It's like 3 times a week, like pulling. It's crazy. It feels good.
Wow.
Make you feel phenomenal.
I've never heard of that or seen anything like that. I bet that is like, man, that's about as much as Rocky was training on television for those fights versus all his opponents.
Uh-huh.
But hey, man, much respect to you. Good luck to you on Saturday night. I can't wait to see what's next for you. I'm sure that the title fight is definitely coming your way. Patience is a virtue, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Much respect.
Thanks.
We have a question from the chat here in terms of how you expect to finish the fight on Saturday night. After returning, what do you value more, getting in rounds or trying to get the stoppage?
I mean, well, everybody know my slogan. I'm in and out like a rivalry, but the main goal is just to be smart, win doing it in dominating fashion, and then if they're not gonna come. But that's definitely the goal. Look good, put on a beautiful performance, and get the knockouts at the end of the night.
Excellent. So next we'll go to Keenan Atchison.
Hey, Boots, how you doing today, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, bro. Last time out, you didn't get to perform all the way like you wanted to against Van Heerden. him being a former IBO champ. Was it important for you to fight someone of Sergey's caliber and to help propel you to the next level to being a contender?
Well, like I said before, this is like this the person, like these type of fights I've been waiting for, and this the guy that's gonna take me to the next level, because he has a good name, and he was a former world champion at 140. But yeah, that's it.
And looking at some of his previous fights, were there things that you picked and pulled out of his previous fights from his opponents that they did well that you did implement into your camp and you plan to focus on during the fight?
Well, I don't watch any tape with my opponents and stuff like that. I let my team do that, but they got adjust to me.
Flat out. And if you're victorious on Saturday, what's next? You know, you get compared to Virgil Ortiz all the time. What sets you apart from him? And are you going out there and plan on having a better performance than he had the last time out against Maurice Hooker?
I don't worry about nobody else but myself. At the end of the day, I'm going there to have fun, do what I do, and look good doing it, and bring home that knockout. But I'm an all-around fighter, and we just two different fighters.
All right. Thanks for the time, Boots, and good luck to you Saturday, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to Luke Carney.
How are you doing, Boots?
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. So, as we know, Sergey Lipinets represents the first real step up in class for you in your career in terms of a former world champion. Just what is it about your style do you believe people avoid, and do you feel like you've been avoided this far in your career?
Well, like I always said before, I've been trying to get these type of guys in the ring for about two and a half years. I've been trying to get top guys, former world champions, top 10 guys, and it just didn't happen. Now I finally got my chance, and now y'all about to see a whole different animal, a whole different beast, and it's time for me to, do my thing. I'm real excited.
Exciting times. And in terms of how much attention do you pay to other young up-and-coming welterweights? You've got the likes of Elvis Rodriguez, Virgil Ortiz, of course. Over in the UK, we've got Conor Benn and Josh Kelly. How much attention do you pay to the next up-and-coming generation that you're a part of?
I don't really pay attention to the, up-and-coming generation. I always focus on myself and how I'm going to better myself and, just stay level-headed, stay humble, and, stay out the way and continue to keep getting better and better each and every fight.
Yeah, of course. And finally, just to finish with, you've got a lot of knockouts on your record, and Sergey's got a high knockout ratio himself. That's safe to say that this fight doesn't go the distance on Saturday night?
Whatever y'all think. But I know what I'm capable of, and I know what I'm going to do. And just don't blink.
Thanks for your time, Boots. Best of luck on Saturday night. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's the message. Don't blink. Saturday night, Showtime main event. We'll take a couple more questions here, and then Geron will go. Next question comes from Michael Rosenthal.
Hey, Boots.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. In terms of style, he strikes me as an aggressive guy who comes right at his opponent. Tell me if I'm wrong, but that's ideal for you, isn't it?
Most definitely. His style is telling me, for me, him coming forward, just picture perfect for me. He's going to be running that shots all night long. It's going to be a long night for him.
Fantastic. Thanks. Good luck.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. And next question comes from J.R. Bell.
Hey, what's going on there, Boots?
What's up, man? How you doing?
All good, all good. Now, I've heard from trainers there in the Philadelphia area that kind of compare you to Floyd Mayweather when he was starting out in his career, and you say that you've adopted styles from the likes of him, Roy Jones, or Ward. Does that go into how much talent that you have as a fighter?
I mean, you could say that, but I feel like I'm different. I got my own style. Yeah.
Now, you said, and your father said that you don't really study your opponents and you do your own thing. Does that just go into your level of confidence once you step in the ring against your opponent?
It's that, and like I always say before, when you're in the amateurs, you don't know who you fighting. You fighting the top guys for 6 days, 7 days straight, and you'll fight three tall guys one day. I mean, three tall guys back to back, and then you'll fight two short guys in the southpaw. So you never know, and you gotta adjust on the fly when you're an amateur. So I just took that amateur knowledge to the pro game, and that's what I've been doing. And I feel like these guys in the pros, they got adjusted me. I don't got adjusted them.
Gotcha. Now you're ranked in the top 10 in TBRB and in some other boxing publications, and so is Lipinets. So you get this win. Do you think that you are ready to step up against the top 5 or get in that title shot ASAP?
Most definitely. I feel like after this, we're not looking past Sergey Lipinets, but after this, I feel like I'll get a top 5, top 3 guy, and then world title at the end of the year.
All right. Thanks, Boots.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question comes from Kirk Jackson. Kirk, are you there? All right, we'll go to Sean Brown.
Hello.
Oh, there's Kirk.
Okay. How you doing, Boots?
How you doing?
Doing good. I like to say it's really good watching your progression. I actually watched you in the amateurs fight in Reno back in 2015. So it's good seeing you from there to like what you're doing now.
Oh yeah, appreciate it.
You're very welcome. You've been very vocal about fighting the best in the division. Which is refreshing. Do you realistically think that if you're able to get past Sergey Lipinets, that you'll actually get a shot against Shawn Porter, the Errol Spence, Terence Crawford within your next couple of fights?
I mean, that's definitely the goal. Hopefully, I can. If they need a dance partner, they could just call.
Would you be open to fighting a fellow Philadelphia fighter, Danny Garcia, if that option was available?
I mean, if the opportunity presents itself, yeah.
Okay, and lastly, do you have a preference for your, let's say, your next 3 opponents?
No, I just want focus on April 10th, do my thing April 10th, make a big statement to the boxing world in the welterweight division, and then maybe a top 3 guy, and then so on and so forth.
All right, well, thank you. I appreciate your time. Much luck to you on Saturday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Boots, we have one more question from the media. It's Sean Brown from Box Social.
Hey, Geron, how are you doing?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, thank you. There's been a lot of hype and expectation around you over the years, and gradually that's gotten bigger too, and it's easy to see why. Is that something that you've learned to cope with over the years, or is it just kind of came natural and you've adapted to all that expectation?
I mean, I guess it's just natural. I guess I stay in my own lane. I stay humble, and focus on training and getting better each and every day. So that's how you gotta be.
And before Stephen Fulton fought for his world title, he talked about putting Philadelphia back on the boxing map. Is that something you're hoping to be a part of and to do as well? And does someone like Stephen act as an inspiration for you?
That's definitely the goal, to put on for Philly and, have more world champions in Philadelphia, and I feel like we're going to have more world champions in Philadelphia around this time next year.
All right, Geron, thanks for your time. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you to everyone who asked questions, and most importantly, thank you, Boots, for taking the time to speak to the media today. We look forward to seeing you at the weigh-in tomorrow, and we look forward to even more Saturday night, 9 o'clock, main event against Sergey Lipinets. Thank you, good luck, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, appreciate it.
And for all the media on, we still have one fighter left, and Montes Stanionis will be up shortly. Thank you. All right. Thank you, everyone, for holding on. We really appreciate everyone's patience as we've had some intermissions here. But bringing to the stage in an excellent Biggie Smalls crew neck, I love it, is Imantas Stanionis, who will be in the co-main event against former world title challenger Thomas Delorme. This is a fight that, if you listen to any boxing writer out there, it could steal the show. Stanionis has been a rising star. He's been main eventing FS1 cards for the last couple of years, and he's a rising star at 11-0. He is 12-0, excuse me, 12-0, 9 knockouts. He's been taking the world by storm, taking the welterweight division by storm, and a lot of attention is being thrown at JARON Ennis and Sergey Lipinets for their fight in the main event. So I'll start with that question, Imantas. Do you feel you are at the same level as JARON Ennis in your rise in the welterweight division at the moment?
Yes, of course, that he is fighting in the main event, and, it doesn't separate me from him. Yeah, I think so. We have both, step-up fights, like everybody's saying. He's fighting Sergey Lipinets. He's toughest challenge yet, and Thomas Delorme is my toughest challenge yet,
How's training camp been for you this time around? Anything different about your preparations?
Everything is good. I'm just, all the time working hard, nonstop. I haven't had good break since my last fight, so I always in shape, always ready, You never know during these circumstances, during the COVID, when you have the call, so I have to be ready all the time.
As you continue your trek toward a world title, being 26 years old, now living in California, but from Lithuania, there's never been a champ from Lithuania. Is there a lot of pressure involved in trying to become the first world champion from Lithuania?
Yeah, it's a little bit because my country is standing behind me, so much, and now especially they will show my fight in Lithuania, so it's like crazy. Everybody, going wild. So it's a dream come true. I'm the first one that fighting in United States, and they will be showing my fight in Lithuania. So it's amazing.
If any media has questions for Imantas, you can raise your hand, and I will get to you in the order that you raise them. So you're riding a 4 consecutive knockout victory streak into the fight. Is it important for you to go in there and get the knockout and keep that going?
Of course, we are, entertainers, so we don't have to forget that, we have to entertain people. They're paying, tickets now, they're paying, for the TV. So we have to entertain, and we have to, do our best, not just go and just get a paycheck. I think, I want to do my best, give my heart 100%, and then I'll be happy. It doesn't matter how everything goes, but when I'm giving my heart and 100%, I know I'll be happy and I'll be victorious.
The first question from the media comes from JR Bell. JR, the floor is yours.
All right there, Imantas. Seeing that you're, getting in this ring not soon after, being in there against Hunter Gonzalez, how is it just being staying in the gym, keeping yourself ready so that once you get the call, it's like you're ready to go right off the bat?
Oh, it's good. It's like Floyd said, when you are, always in shape, you don't have to be ready. So it's good. You don't have to go through 12-week training camp, so. That's good. When you are in shape all the time, it's very good. You don't have to push,
Now you're going up here against Delorme, who's very experienced and been in a few big fights. So what are you looking to prove to people that may or may not have seen you that many times before?
I think on the Saturday, all the questions, I am good. I can if I can beat any elite welterweight champion, so it will be answered. I will see where I'm, what I'm capable of and what is my level. I think I know, but if I want to know, I have to step in every fight and see what I'm capable of.
All right, thank you there, Imantas.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. If anyone from the media has any more questions for Amantes, please raise your hand. In the meantime, Amantes, if you exit the ring on Saturday night on Showtime successfully, what do you see for yourself next? Do you feel that you're close to a world title shot?
For me, to be honest, it doesn't matter. Who they put in front of me in the fight, I will fight. I will never say no to the fight. Any fight, they can offer me, 2 against 1, I'll go there, So I'm that kind of person, and I always go there and do my best. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and you're one of the few fighters that we've had come into Mohegan Sun bubble here who's fought a few times in a bubble already. How are preparations different now that you have to cut weight in the bubble environment? Is it hard on you? Is it different?
It's a little bit because here we didn't have like hot baths, so it's a little bit difficult. But when you're a professional, you know how to do it, and you have to make weight. We signed the contract, you have to be professional and make weight. Of course, it's a little bit different, but it's okay.
Right. I feel like someone or people have asked Jeron Ennis this question many times over the last few weeks of what his future aspirations are. He's at 147 now. He said a move up to 154, 160 are certainly in the future for him. Do you feel that same, or do you feel that you're going to be at 147 for quite some time?
My goal is and my dream to get a belt at 147, and then I'll for sure move to 154. That's for sure. I'll be at 154. 160, I don't know, maybe, but 154, I'll be for sure.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Amantes, for the time. Thank you to the media who have joined us today. Actually, we just had a hand go up. Let me throw it quickly to RL Woodson.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Amantes. RL Woodson of Bite Down Boxing. Just wanted to get your thoughts in general on, how you feel this new group of like welterweights for the next 1 to 3 years maybe is kind of forming. What's your excitement towards the competition in the division amongst you young guys, and what do you think sets you apart and will allow you to be to rise to the top of the group?
Yeah, so first of all, I'm very thankful to be fighting on Showtime. It was my dream when I was just a kid. I was always watching the fights, and it was a dream. So yeah, it's like a new era coming up. Young, fighters, young and hungry. So we're like, I don't know what separates me. I think the will to get the win, and the knockouts. So and my style, I think it's very attractive to fans. So that's, I think, what's different about me.
All right, best of luck to you Saturday. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
We had another hand go up, so we'll go to Michael Rosenthal. If you can unmute.
I believe I am. Hi, Amantes. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. My fellow Southern California resident. My question is, you've been dominated pretty much all of your opponents, which makes me wonder, maybe we haven't seen certain things that you're capable of. Is that true, that maybe we're going to see something else in this fight?
Maybe I'll be like more a boxer, not just going forward, just show a little bit my skills that I can box, not only, go forward and bang. So maybe something different, yes, for sure.
You're obviously young and you're really just hitting your stride, getting started now. But are there times when you're impatient? I mean, are you just dying to get in the ring with a champion, or is that easy for you just to wait for that?
No, I think it's the timing. I have to get experience. It's if they say you will be fighting like next world champion for the the title. Of course, I'll go there, and fight. But like experience-wise, yes, I need a little bit more experience. I had only 12 fights, so, but I will get experience doing only in the ring with a good opposition. I don't want to get with not my level opponents just to build the record like 20-0 or something. So I want to go get experience with good guys, and when I'll be ready, my manager will see and everybody, and they will put me, I think, in the world title fight if I will deserve it, you know. So it's up to me to show.
Fantastic. Well, best of luck to you, Amanis.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. We appreciate the time, Amantes. Can you give us any indication of which Biggie song you'll be coming out to tomorrow night?
You will hear.
All right, and we'll hear that on Showtime. We kick off the telecast 9 o'clock. Jerwin and Cajas versus Jonathan Rodriguez in the super flyweight title fight, and then Amantes Stanionis will take center stage against Thomas Delorma in the co-main event in a welterweight clash crossroads event, and then in the main event, Jaron Boots Ennis against Sergey Lipinets. It's going to be an exciting night of fights on Showtime, 9 o'clock. Thank you, Amantes, for the time, and thank you everyone for joining today's call. Take care.